Winter can be rough on houseplants, but keeping them alive doesn't have to cost more than a few dollars. Today I'm showing you 12 Dollar Tree hacks that protect your plants from cold drafts, dry air and low light so they stay healthy all season long. Welcome back to Greenhaven Homes. If you love simple, affordable plant care, you're in the right place. Before we jump in, hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss a new tip. Let's get into it. Hack number 1. Coffee filters as drainage screens. Coffee filters make an easy fix for one of the most common winter plant problems: soil slipping out of the bottom of the pot every time you water. When the air is dry and you're watering less often, the mix breaks apart more easily, and those drainage holes start leaking little piles of soil onto your shelves or windowsills. Lining the bottom of the pot with a simple Dollar Tree coffee filter stops that mess instantly. Water can still flow through like it should, but the soil stays in place, which also means your plant keeps more nutrients, instead of losing them little by little. It's a small change, but it keeps the whole root zone more stable through winter, especially when you're dealing with plants that are already stressed from lower light and cooler temperatures. The other thing that makes this trick so useful is how gentle it is on the plant. The filter breaks down over time, so it won't block roots or interfere with drainage the way plastic or mesh sometimes can. When you repot later in spring, the filter will be soft enough that you can peel it away with almost no disturbance to the root ball. It's one of those hacks that slips right into your plant routine without any fuss. Just drop the filter in, add your soil, and your plant is instantly set up with cleaner watering and better root support for the whole winter. Hack number 2. Styrofoam Plate Root Insulators. Cold windowsills, tile floors and concrete surfaces can pull heat straight out of a pot, and roots feel that drop long before you do. When roots get too cold, growth slows, leaves yellow, and the plant starts acting like it's in survival mode. A simple styrofoam plate from Dollar Tree solves this fast. Cut a circle that's just a bit smaller than the base of your pot and slide it underneath. That thin layer of insulation keeps the root zone from sitting directly on a freezing surface, and the difference is bigger than it looks. Even a few degrees of protection helps your plant hold on to moisture better and stay active during the darker months. It's especially helpful for plants that live right against drafty windows where temperatures swing at night. This little buffer also stops the shock that happens when a pot heats up during the day and cools rapidly at night. Stable roots make for stable plants, and winter is the season when you want to avoid sudden changes as much as possible. The best part is you can tailor the size for any pot, and replace it any time with almost no cost. Whether you tuck a pothos on a chilly bathroom shelf or keep a fern by a cold window for the light, this quick fix gives you a layer of protection that keeps the roots comfortable and the plant looking steady all season long. Hack number 3. Kitchen strainers for winter propagation. Winter is one of the toughest times to root cuttings because the air is dry, temperatures swing more often, and soil stays wet longer than it should. Using a small kitchen strainer from Dollar Tree gives your cuttings the perfect balance of airflow and drainage, which keeps rot from setting in. The mesh allows excess water to escape quickly, so the roots never sit in soggy soil, and the open sides help the mix dry at a steady pace. This setup is especially useful for plants like pothos, philodendron, and Hoyas, which root faster when oxygen reaches the soil, instead of being packed into a heavy pot. Slip a light propagation mix inside the strainer, water it gently, and let the built-in airflow do the work for you. To make it look nice, just nest the strainer inside a decorative pot or basket so it blends in with the rest of your plant collection. Because the strainer isn't solid, you can lift it out any time to check root growth without disturbing the cutting. It turns the whole process into a cleaner, simpler routine where you don't have to guess what's happening beneath the soil. When spring comes, and the days get longer, you can transfer the rooted cuttings into their permanent pots with almost no shock. It's a cheap, low-effort way to keep your propagation projects going even when winter conditions aren't ideal. Hack number 4. Wine bottle watering stakes. Dry indoor heat is one of the biggest reasons houseplants struggle in winter. The air pulls moisture out of the soil faster than you expect, but watering too often can lead to root rot since plants aren't actively growing. A simple workaround is turning a Dollar Tree wine bottle accessory into a slow-release watering stake. Fill a clean glass bottle with water, attach the accessory, flip it over and insert it into the soil. The water seeps out gradually as the soil dries, keeping everything evenly moist instead of swinging from soaked to bone dry. This steady trickle mimics the way soil naturally holds moisture outdoors, and it helps plants like peace lilies, calatheas and ferns stay hydrated without the constant guesswork that winter usually brings. Another benefit of this method is how hands-off it becomes once it's in place. If you have plants in hard-to-reach spots or you tend to forget watering during busy weeks, this setup is incredibly forgiving. You can step away for several days and come back to soil that's still perfectly balanced. It also stops the stress cycle that causes wilting, yellowing, or crispy edges when plants fluctuate between extremes. For just a few dollars, you get the kind of consistent moisture control that usually requires a more expensive self-watering system, and your plants stay healthier through the coldest months of the year. Hack number 5. Misting with Dollar Tree spray bottles. Winter air inside most homes drops to desert-level dryness once the heater kicks on, and humidity-loving plants feel it fast. Ferns, calatheas, and many tropicals start curling, crisping, or browning around the edges because the moisture in their leaves evaporates quicker than they can replace it. A simple spray bottle from Dollar Tree becomes a quick rescue tool. A light mist in the morning settles the leaf surface, boosts the humidity immediately around the plant, and gives it a small buffer from the dry air. Misting isn't about drenching the foliage. It's about creating those short, gentle bursts of moisture that keep thin, delicate leaves from drying out. When you mist early in the day, the leaves have time to dry naturally, which keeps fungal issues away, while still giving the plant a hydration boost. This is also a great way to keep plants clean in between deeper wipe downs. A fine spray loosens dust, which helps the plant take in more light during the darker, shorter days. If you have several humidity-demanding plants grouped together, misting them works even better because they create a localized microclimate that holds moisture longer. The bottle is small enough to stash anywhere and cheap enough to keep one on each floor of your home. It's one of those basic tools that ends up doing more than you expect, especially when winter air dips to its driest point. Hack number 6. The wooden Skewer Moisture Test. Overwatering is a silent winter killer for houseplants. Because the days are shorter and the soil stays cool, moisture lingers much longer than it does in summer. It's easy to think the top of the pot looks dry and assume the whole thing needs water, but the bottom can still be soaked. A wooden skewer or Dollar Tree chopstick solves that guesswork instantly. Slide it deep into the soil, leave it for a few seconds and pull it out. If it comes up dark, damp or with soil sticking to it, the plant doesn't need water yet. If it comes up dry and clean, it's safe to give the plant a drink. This method is simple, accurate, and far more reliable than judging by the surface, especially in winter when the top layer dries faster than the root zone. It also helps you understand each plant's rhythm. Some plants, like snake plants or ZZs, may only need water once every few weeks, while others dry out faster depending on pot size or room temperature. Using a skewer lets you learn your plant's patterns without relying on a pricey moisture meter. It's gentle on the roots, it works in every pot size, and you can keep a handful of skewers right next to your plants so you always have one ready. Over time, you start to notice how much more predictable watering becomes, and your plants stay healthier because you're watering based on real moisture levels instead of assumptions. Hack number 7. Aluminum foil light reflectors. Winter light drops sharply, and even plants sitting in a window can struggle to get enough energy to stay healthy. A quick way to boost the light they do get is to use a simple sheet of Dollar Tree aluminum foil as a reflector. Place a piece of cardboard or foam board behind the plant, and wrap it in foil with the shiny side facing the plant. Set it at an angle so the window light bounces back onto the leaves instead of being lost into the room. This makes a big difference on cloudy days or in north-facing windows where the sun never gets strong. Low-light plants like pothos, snake plants, and philodendrons respond especially well, because the reflector increases their light exposure without you having to add any electrical setup or buy expensive gear. Another perk is how flexible and lightweight this setup is. You can move it around as the sun shifts or store it away on brighter days. It's also great for shelves or corners where natural light only hits from one direction. Instead of stretching, leaning, or dropping leaves, the plant gets a more even spread of light across both sides. Over time, you'll notice better color, stronger new growth, and fewer leggy stems. It's a quick, budget-friendly way to make the most of whatever light winter gives you, and it keeps your plants from slipping into that dull, sluggish state that often shows up this time of year. Hack number 8. Foam board draft shields. Cold drafts are one of the sneakiest winter threats to houseplants. Even if your home feels comfortable to you, the temperature right up against a window can drop dramatically at night. That sudden chill hits the leaves and the pot, stressing the plant and slowing its growth. A simple sheet of Dollar Tree foam board works as a lightweight barrier that blocks those cold pockets of air. Cut the board to match the width of your windowsill or the height of the plant, then place it between the window and the pot whenever temperatures dip. It creates a small insulated pocket that keeps the air around your plant steadier, especially during those overnight temperature swings that most people never notice. This trick is especially helpful for tropical plants that hate cold air brushing against their foliage. Even a small draft can cause browning, leaf drop, or limp stems. The foam board adds protection without blocking the light, and you can slide it in and out as needed without rearranging your whole setup. If you have several plants grouped near the same window, one board can shield all of them at once. It's a simple winter habit. Set the board in place before bed, remove it in the morning, and your plants stay warm enough to keep growing instead of going into shock. This inexpensive barrier gives you a big payoff in overall plant health through the coldest months. Hack number 9. Rope lights for supplemental warmth. Some plants are more sensitive to cold than others, and even with draft shields and insulation, winter nights can still be chilly. Dollar Tree LED rope lights provide a gentle, safe source of supplemental warmth that can help stabilize the temperature around your plants. Wrap or weave the rope lights along the base of shelves or around plant stands to create a subtle heat zone that keeps roots from getting too cold. Unlike heaters or grow lights, these LEDs generate just enough warmth to reduce stress without drying out the soil or burning leaves. It's an easy, low-cost way to add a little comfort for sensitive plants during the coldest nights of the year. The best part is how flexible this hack is. You can place the lights in different arrangements depending on your space and the number of plants you have, and they use very little electricity. They're not a substitute for grow lights when it comes to photosynthesis, but they do help protect the root zone from temperature swings, which is critical in winter. For small tropicals, young cuttings, or plants perched on chilly windowsills, the rope lights can be the difference between slow, steady growth and struggling through the season. With just a few minutes of setup, your plants gain a consistent, gentle heat source that helps them thrive even when the rest of the room gets cold. Hack number 10. Toothbrush leaf cleaning. Dust accumulates quickly on houseplant leaves during winter when windows are closed and heaters are running, and a dusty leaf can't absorb light properly. A simple Dollar Tree toothbrush becomes a gentle and effective cleaning tool. Dip the bristles in a mild soap solution, shake off the excess, and carefully brush the leaves to remove dust, dirt, and debris. This is especially helpful for plants with textured or deeply veined foliage, like ferns and calatheas, where wiping with a cloth just isn't enough. Cleaner leaves mean better light absorption, stronger growth, and a healthier-looking plant throughout the winter months. Using a toothbrush also allows you to reach tight spots and undersides of leaves without damaging stems or delicate foliage. Pair this routine with a quick spray from a Dollar Tree bottle to rinse off any lingering soap, and your plant looks refreshed without the stress of a full wash. Doing this regularly prevents buildup that can block pores on the leaf surface, keeps pests less likely to settle in, and ensures every bit of sunlight gets put to work. It's a simple, low-cost step that makes a noticeable difference in overall plant vitality during the darker, drier winter season. Hack number 11. Cotton swabs and rubbing alcohol for pests. Even in winter, pests like mealybugs and scale can sneak onto houseplants, especially those with thick or waxy leaves. A quick and effective way to treat them is with a cotton swab dipped in rubbing alcohol. Gently dab the insects or affected areas, and you'll remove and kill the pests without harming the plant. This method works best when done as soon as you spot the problem, because early intervention prevents infestations from spreading to other plants nearby. Using this simple Dollar Tree hack saves you from expensive chemical treatments and keeps your indoor garden safe for pets and children. Routine inspection is key to making this hack work well. Check your plants at least once a week, looking closely at leaf joints, stems, and the undersides of leaves. With the swab technique, you can reach tight spots that a spray might miss, and you avoid oversaturating the plant with liquid. Over time, this habit not only controls pests but also helps you understand each plant's overall health better. It's an inexpensive, hands-on way to protect your winter plants and keep them thriving without extra stress. Hack number 12. Clear shoe organizers for indoor herb gardens. Limited sunlight and cold windowsills make winter herb gardening tricky, but a clear Dollar Tree shoe organizer turns any sunny window into a vertical garden. The pockets let light reach each plant individually while keeping them organized and upright. You can fit multiple herbs like basil, parsley, and thyme into a small space, maximizing light exposure and making watering easier. This setup is especially handy in kitchens, where fresh herbs are easy to grab and maintain. By using a clear organizer, you ensure that every plant gets a fair share of the available light, helping them stay healthy even during the shortest winter days. Beyond saving space, this method also encourages better air circulation around each herb, reducing the risk of mold or rot in crowded pots. Because the organizer hangs vertically, you can place it in front of a sunny window without taking up counter or floor space. It's easy to remove for watering, and you can rotate pockets as needed to ensure even growth. This simple, inexpensive hack transforms an otherwise neglected winter window into a thriving herb garden, keeping fresh flavors at your fingertips and your plants happy throughout the colder months. So, there you have it, 12 Dollar Tree hacks that cost next to nothing, but can make a huge difference in keeping your indoor plants alive and thriving this winter. From coffee filters that protect your soil to rope lights that give gentle warmth, each trick is designed to solve a common winter problem without breaking the bank. Try one or try them all. Your plants will thank you with healthier leaves, stronger roots, and more vibrant growth when spring arrives. Which hack are you excited to try first? Drop your answer in the comments. I love seeing your plant setups and hearing which tips worked best. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Greenhaven Homes for more easy, affordable ways to care for your plants all year long. Until next time, keep growing and enjoy every moment with your indoor garden.